inseparable. Oyster perpetual, it's not a replica. Mustang GT in the
Live. From New Orleans, 2K Sports proudly brings you NBA basketball from the home of the Pelicans. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Only one game away from San Antonio here. The Spurs will be back home for the next one. Kicks it out to Williamson. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Dragic has got the opening basket of the game for San Antonio. This Pelican front office has done a great job, Brent, finding some diamonds in the rough. Players that have now helped.
Think about it, Kevin. They grabbed Jose Alvarado and Najee Marshall, both undrafted players. And those guys are key rotation pieces to change the tempo of any game. Herb Jones, a great steal in the second round, defensively comes in, creates havoc. I mean, a lot of really impressive finds for this front office.
And we've got a good one on tap tonight between a couple of teams, Greg, who can really shoot the three ball. Some of your thoughts coming into this one?
Well, when you have teams like this, it's about guarding that perimeter. If you don't, they're going to rain on you the entirety of the game. So this might be one of those games that comes down to who has the ball last.
Pass to Valanciunas. Kicks it out to McCollum. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Here's Williamson. And Williamson throws it down.
And Ingram and his court awareness continue to grow. A terrific dime there.
And here's Dragic. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And so McCollum will bring it up for New Orleans. 4-point game. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, good luck trying to stop Zion there. He's so determined to score. When the defense gets physical with him, he comes right back at him.
And once the team to beat in the West, Greg, San Antonio is trying to get back to that level.
Well, they have a great organization, top to bottom. They're smart and battle-tested. I believe these guys will find a way.
No good from Dragic.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
Pass to Ingram. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
And just so good off the bounce. C.J. McCollum is as frustrating to cover as anyone.
Yeah, but it's also, Greg, one of the players in the league that we appreciate the most. Because of the footwork, because of the fundamentals, maybe a little bit undersized, he finds ways to get it done with efficiency and effectiveness.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
2 seconds left, and Williamson throws it down.
And Williamson's energy just incredible, which is what makes him such a force on the offensive glass.
Pass to Vassell. Inside, and Wembanyama throws it down.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Out to Ingram. Fires for three. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Ingram has the skill to do that. A nice job setting up and receiving the pass.
There's a good screen. And it's Dragic off the drive. Shot by Johnson, no good. New Orleans in the lead. Ingram wide open. And another three for New Orleans.
They're getting more and more consistent, which means more dangerous as Brandon Ingram knocks down three.
And Wembanyama outside. Back to Dragic. And the layup falls. Dragic has got 6.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Yeah, looks like Zion's got the stage all to himself there, just tearing down the rim.
Spurs trail by 5. Johnson outside. Back to Dragic. Johnson the screen. 6 to shoot. Down low. Vassell. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. There is no question, Greg, this Pelicans roster has the talent to at least be a playoff contender every year.
No doubt a contender. Their problem has been staying healthy. They have a big three, but Ingram and Williamson didn't play in half the games during that 22-23 campaign.
When you think about the Spurs, Greg, it's hard to believe how long Greg Popovich has been at the helm, isn't it?
And it's hard to imagine another team will have the stability at head coach that the Spurs have had. Not too many coaches last decades anymore.
And here's Dragic following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. And it's Clark slamming it down.
Just great work at finding the open man. Dragic with his head up.
Pass to Ingram. It's up a 3. Offensive rebound. A 3 ball. Does not score with that shot. It's his second miss against 2 made shots. Back to Clark. And no good that time. Some solid defense from Ingram. Back to McCollum. Here's the 3. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Vassell with it. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Hit by Clark. To the paint. And it's Clark slamming it down.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
And so, guys, it's Zion Williamson making things happen for the New Orleans Pelicans. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him.
16.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Pelicans?
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Outside, Jones kicks it out to McCollum. Back to Jones. San Antonio with the rebound. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Outside for Wembanyama. An even 3-on-3 break. McCollum looking it over. Puts the move on. Vassell grabs the board. And so it's San Antonio with it. Brandon Ingram, Tiny Dog is what they called him when he first got into the NBA, Brent. And he has become a very loud bark. What a player.
Yeah, Kevin, a lot of talk about him having to jump around in the shower to get wet, but he has put on the weight and become ferocious on the offensive end. This guy does not back down, and he's worked hard to fill out that frame.
Nance with no one around. Misses the three.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
And here's McCollum for three. And that comes off the assist by Jones. McCollum's got his second bucket of the night. Clark outside. Wembanyama a screen. Fires the three. Up again. Nance with the rebound. The Pelicans trail. Pass to Ingram. Can't cash in from close range. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Spurs. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. Outside, Jones. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And now, the first timeout called here for the Spurs. And the NBA looking to reduce the amount of carrying recently. Seems like GA ball handlers had to adjust.
You know, guards can get away with a lot these days, and it's hard for players and refs to make that adjustment. Ultimately, things need to be kept in check.
San Antonio leading. Here's Christie. Sinks the three-pointer. Christie's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Williamson outside. And he gets the bucket. Williamson's got 11 points.
One thing Zion's learning to do is just set better screens. It's so effective for the offense.
Pass to Wainwright. Here's Collins. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Collins with a good read there and laser focused on where he could get to collect the offensive board.
Williamson lays it up and in on the nice reverse. He's got 13.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Here's Collins. Some solid defense from Ibaka.
Defense with a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
And with Tim Duncan and David Robinson, Greg, the legendary Spurs big man of days gone by, does that, do you think, add pressure for Victor Wembanyama?
Maybe a bit, but he also has the resources
of the same great organization behind him, and that's what'll help.
San Antonio calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated. Watch out.
Wembanyama hammering that one home.
To the inside. Can't answer back with the dunk of his own. It's a close game here in New Orleans. And that one is stuffed right through.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
Pass to Daniels. Valanciunas with the ball. Clock at 6. Marshall can't hit.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Now Dragic. He's got 6. Johnson outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
Assertive three-point shot by Johnson. He's working towards being an efficient long-range scorer.
There's Williamson with the 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's San Antonio with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. We come back right after this. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. So it's the Spurs now. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Victor Wembanyama has studied all the greats and one in particular, Kobe Bryant. He says, I know all his stats and records, but mostly I admire his state of mind and his philosophy and his approach to the game. When I suffer, when I have a doubt, I wonder what Kobe would have done. And I know he would have done more, so I'm going back to it. Kevin?
Thanks, David. A second-round pick in 2021, Brent Herb Jones immediately made an impact on the defensive end.
Well, you wonder if being on the all-defensive team, or at least getting votes as a rookie, has changed Herb Jones' mentality about wanting to get Defensive Player of the Year. I know that sounds silly, but he's got the capability and versatility to be that much of an impact on the defensive end.
Outside Collins. That's good, and it's Wembanyama with the assist.
3.
Collins has got 7.
How about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
Back to Ingram. McCollum outside. 6 on the shot clock. And that one goes long.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
Now, here's Vassell. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. No good from outside.
The third quarter has not started well. Just 1 of 4. And not wasting any time here. Kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. With New Orleans, GA, you have to feel like the talent is there.
It is, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They've won 50 games in a season only once in their history. You can't have playoff success until you prove you can survive the rigors of the regular season.
Ingram with it. Now guarded by Dragic. And it's Dragic with the foul. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Substitution on the court.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. A 3 from McCollum. Second chance shot. And that's 2 points on the layup.
At 6'8", Murphy possesses great height at his position. Comes in handy on the glass.
Here's Osman. Nothing on the board. 5 to shoot. Into the lane.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, well, I said it before, the layup, when you can attack the rim and rise up like that.
Pass to Valanciunas. Back to McCollum. Jones, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Jones has got 5 points now in the quarter. Here's Osman. To the middle. Here's Sohan.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. To the inside. Ball's knocked loose. Inside. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And they have really leaned on his free throw shooting at times this season. He's been there for them, too, with 88% from the line.
This is a young player who you do not want to send to the free throw line. Trey Murphy, just about automatic.
Timeout call here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. Pelicans trailed by 3. .132 left in the third quarter. A shot's good from Nance.
Nance Jr. wasting no time and quick decision-making, helping out that possession.
And you love the energy of Jose Alvarado. He just brings it on the floor. A clear fan favorite.
Has such a unique style of basketball, the way he goes about his business. And if a coach is smart, you're not trying to change it one bit. Jose brings all of that and mixes it up every single night.
Here's Williamson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Williamson's got it all tied up now for New Orleans. 51 seconds left to play in the third. And then Clark slams it in.
And when Clark is on fire, he stays aggressive. You got to love how this young fella is willing to dominate games.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give them from behind the arc.
And here's Dragic. He has 6. Wembanyama looking it over. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Nance.
Maybe the most hyped teenager since LeBron James. Wembanyama is the poster child for upside.
And both free throws good for Wembanyama.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
And it's Williamson missing. Vassell with it. 7 points in the game. Here's Wembanyama.
And just feeding the open man. Nice recognition there from Vassell.
And taken away by Johnson. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Spurs lead by 3. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from New Orleans. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Pelicans trailed by 3. McCollum outside. A three-pointer, no good.
And not a way to get out of a funk He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there.
Pass to Vassell. They get the rebound. The second effort. Johnson the screen. Shot clock at 6. Down low. And Wembanyama throws it down.
You have to be aware of Wembanyama on the boards. Really keep a body on it.
Ingram outside. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Jones for 3. No good that time. Spurs leading by 5. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Pass to Vassell. Picked by Clark. Vassell wide open. And the Spurs scoring again.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama. That's foul number 2 for him. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Substitution on the court. San Antonio with the timeout.
All right, everyone. I can hear you loud and proud. Make some noise.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He reminded his team, we're up. All the pressure is on them. Let's just keep playing our game. Makes sense because they've got a nice lead late in this game. Back to you guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated.
And Zion really lighting it up in this one.
Here's Osman. It's good. Osman's got the lead up to 7 now for the Spurs.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
To the paint. Here's Ingram. And slammed up by Ingram.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession. And then CJ getting slick.
Here's Osman. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Osman's got 4 this quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Screen by Valanciunas. Ingram outside. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Ingram stepping up and sensing the moment.
San Antonio leading by 4. Pass to Wainwright for 3. Pelicans with the rebound. For 3, Ingram. Rebound by Sohan.
You know, the ill-advised threes isn't how you want to close the gap. And you got to have better shot selection.
Back to Osman. Here's Christie. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Now, beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
McCollum outside. Williamson, the screen. A 3. And the rejection by Wembanyama.
And a monster game for Wemby. With the matchup issues he creates, I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
Out left to the wing. Here's Williamson. They get it back. And it's Dragic with the ball for the Spurs. 6-point lead. And the basket by Johnson.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Williamson outside. Knocked away. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
That's just poor communication between those two. The passer has to make sure his teammate is established, and the teammate has to know the pass is coming. See, that's communication.
Spurs leading by 8. Now Dragic. Johnson outside. Back to Dragic. Pass to Wembanyama. Now here's Dragic. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Now, Alvarado. Good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
I'm seeing Jones do the hard work for the big bucket, delivering here for his team.
Outside Collins. To the middle. Here's Wembanyama. San Antonio again missing.
No time to waste on this possession.
Time is not on their side right now. They're aware.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. For 3, Ingram. Collins grabs the miss. Wembanyama outside. On the wing, Johnson. And so it's San Antonio with the win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now.